Mike Vasilikos hanging around till 2 o'clock and welcoming the Kooks to our airwaves. Luke and Hugh from the band are here. So nice to meet you guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
I told you that I've seen the band a number of times over the years, but I've never met you guys before, so I'm very excited for that. Thank you for carving out some time for XPN and stopping by.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. It's great to be back in Philly as well, you know.
Yeah, you guys are a few, you're playing the Fillmore tonight. You've got a new album, Never Know, which is out now. And you're a few dates into this North American tour, getting up for a pretty big run. I saw you guys were at the Love statue in Love Park earlier. So
I know, like proper tourists.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I was going to ask, as you go to different cities, do you have like places or bookmark that you want to see, your favorite restaurants that you want to revisit?
Absolutely, yeah. For sure. There's a tick list for Philadelphia for me.
Is there?
Barnes Foundation, for sure.
Did you check that off?
Oh my God, that's the first thing I did, yeah.
Okay.
And then, just kind of, didn't you go to a restaurant last night that was kind of quite famous?
I didn't go, but some of our guys went to Saloon.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Sure.
But they couldn't get me in, so...
You couldn't get in?
No. I got stuck
Do
on
I
the phone.
need to call
actually,
somebody for it? No.
Yeah, maybe later. I mean, yeah, it's meant to be amazing.
Well,
but, I just would like walking around it. It's amazing.
Sometimes that's the best thing to do, right?
Yeah, just
Walking
follow your
around,
nose.
Handing out roses to random people in the street. That's what our social media team had us doing, which kind of went well in some instances. In other instances, people just had no idea.
It's good. I like the roses. It's the beauty and the danger, the thorns.
Yeah, you catch a thorn. Totally. Well, we're excited you guys are back in the States, and specifically Philadelphia tonight for your show at the Fillmore. Want to talk about the new record. You're going to play a couple songs for us. I want to talk about something that we actually have in common. But why don't we start with a song? Could we start with one, a familiar one for folks?
Sure, well, yeah, for sure. We'll play... Let's play Naive from our first record.
It's the
Bringing people back.
The Kooks live on the Midday show here at XPN.
I'm not saying it was your fault, although you could have done more. Oh, you're so naive, yet so... How could this be done with such a smiling sweetheart? Oh, and that sweet and pretty face is such an ugly word for something so beautiful. Oh, that every time I look inside, I know she knows I'm not fond of asking. True or false it may be, well, she's still out to get me. And I know she knows I'm not fond of asking. True or false it may be, she's still out to get me. I may say it was your fault, because I know you could have done more. Oh, you're so naive, yet so... But how could this be done with such a smiling sweetheart? Oh, and that sweet and pretty face is such an ugly thing for someone so beautiful. Oh, that every time I look inside, I know she knows I'm not fond of asking. But true or false it may be, she's still out to get me. And I know that she knows I'm not fond of asking. True or false it may be, she's still out to get me. Yeah. I'm not saying it was your fault, although you could have done more. Oh, you're so naive, yet so... But how could this be done? Such a smiling sweetheart. Oh, that every time you're on his side, I know she knows I'm not fond of asking. And true or false it may be, well, she's still out to get me. And I know she knows I'm not fond of asking. true or false it may be, well, she's still out to get me. But just don't let me down, and just don't let me down, and hold on to your kind. Just don't let me down, no. And just don't let me down, and hold on to your kind. And just don't let me down, no. And just don't let me down, and hold on to your kind. And just don't let me down, and just don't let me down.
All right. The rest of the crew in the studio here have their hands full, but I'm going to clap for that. That was excellent.
Bless you. Very good.
The Kooks, live on the Midday show today, Naive, going back to their first record, Inside In, Inside Out, which I still listen to, no joke, a couple times a year. That record is still just infectious.
That, yeah.
Cool, man.
It's really, it just keeps rolling, that one, you know. Yeah. And all the kids are picking it up now.
Really?
It's crazy, yeah.
New audiences kind of rolling in.
Like the teenagers. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's that kind of cycle, isn't it? It's like 20 years coming up for,
I kind of want to touch on that real quick, and we'll come back to another point I made just before we started that song. But I saw an interview, Luke, with you where you were talking about, you used a phrase that I'd never really heard before, but it obviously makes a lot of sense, and it's something I think about, debutism.
Yeah.
How fans get obsessed with first records and they revere those albums, and there's probably reasons for that, but I'm kind of curious from the artist's perspective why you think that is.
Well, I think it's the battle for an artist really to try and get back to that initial point when you first started making music and you're just free and didn't quite know what you were doing, but you were having fun and you made mistakes, but that kind of creates something new. And I think it's easy to get stuck in the loop. And I think this new album, Never Know, was all about us trying to break or just prevent getting into that cycle of just going through the motions. So we kind of just stripped back everything and tried to approach it like our first album.
Yeah, I suppose at some point you become a professional musician, don't you? I guess if you kind of sell records or go on tour, that's technically that's your job now. So there's something that's kind of applied to your creativity at that stage. And I think this record has been about analysing that a little bit and just kind of bringing it to our attention. Like, what are we about?
That's really interesting. I've read reviews of the new record, which I love too, and we're going to hear a song from the record. You're going to play one for us too. Sort of linking those two albums together. So that was sort of a conscious decision in a way to try to almost recapture something.
One. Yeah, I think we were feeling the nostalgia ourselves, but a lot of it was just listening to the records that informed us when and inspired us when we started the album, because we'd gone through so many evolutions. We did a kind of gospel soul record. We did the last one was really synth heavy, and so we kind of just went back to David Bowie and the Police and Bob Dylan, all these kind of very classic influences we had at the beginning. And so it was quite conscious, and it's like Hugh said, it's about identity. And I think this album was really about us honing that in and doing something as well for the people that love our music from the beginning, and give them a record, us doing what we do at our best. Really, that's the plan.
Also just being confident in those influences as well, because I think we becoming sort of professional musician, there's a bit of snobbing. You kind of turn your nose away from like the mainstream and the kind of the big hitting songs and bands of your influence list.
So true. And you go niche.
You go really far away. You do your utmost to run away from the thing that you've created in order to bury yourself in other kind of ideas and influences. But we must know where we come from. A tree goes nowhere without its roots. Did I say? Is that saying?
Well, and we didn't really have any conception of what was going on in the music scene now as well, which I think was good in some ways. And I think 7th album, that's fine to do that, because I produced the album and we did it all ourselves. So we didn't have an exterior producer who was keeping an eye on the latest records or the latest people in terms of how we produced it. So it was just very honest and natural, and it was a fun one for us.
That makes a lot of sense. Speaking of influences and going niche and stuff like that, it's funny, like as a DJ, I was a little worried about playing Kooks from Bowie before you guys came in, and almost wanted to clear it with you first, right? But that's the thing we have in common. You named your band after a David Bowie song. I named my third kid after David Bowie. So I did want to ask you about Bowie's influence. Obviously, he has a lot of ties to Philadelphia, young Americans. So do you remember how you landed on the name?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it was a friend of ours who suggested actually.
Really?
We had some terrible names that were floating around, but we just liked it. I think, obviously, the song, and it's a very sweet song about, the birth of his first kid, and so it had a kind of wholesome message which we like, but also Kooks being, we were all quite different to each other. We were kind of the odd ones out. All of us individually were kind of odd ones out, so we felt like it kind of captured what we were about, a bit quirky and all that.
There's also something kind of, whether conscious or unconscious, I think paternal about Bowie and his, literally with yourself and your kid, there's this kind of paternity in that he is kind of the father figure for art and music and all arts. And I think like tuning in with that is kind of significant for us, definitely. Maybe unconsciously there's something kind of powerful.
Wanted to give the homage to him.
I love it. Luke and Hugh from the Kooks are with us today. The band is playing at the Fillmore in Philadelphia tonight. We've touched a little bit on the new record, Never Know. One of the songs, I think the first song we heard from that record was a song called Sunny Baby. And I gotta say, you guys have a knack of crafting some of the greatest hooks. I mean, the catchiest hooks. What is the recipe?
Well, thanks. That one is the cycle of that is so Moorish, I think, that melody. I remember just stumbling on it, and it's kind of 50s rock and roll. I mean, it's really rock and roll pop. I think, I don't know about Secret, but I think people like maybe don't go in for that so much anymore. But that kind of Buddy Holly version of singer-songwriting, and it's a love song. It's romantic. You got to have a hook for a romantic song.
There you go.
Friend.
Could you play it for us?
Oh yeah, sure.
It's the Kooks,
Sunny Baby,
live on the Midday Show here at XPN.
2, 3. You don't ever notice how my mind's in pieces. Searching for the words to tell you that I love you. But remember when you met me, yeah, I could never hold my tongue. But sunny, sunny baby, you know that when you kiss me, you make me feel 10 foot tall. And baby, when you love me, it's sunny, sunny baby. It's sunny, sunny baby. And sunny, sunny baby. And people would have told you not to go with a guy like me. Yeah. They might have been right, yeah. Yeah, but you could see the future. And now we have our little chestnut. Life couldn't be sweeter. But sunny, sunny baby, you know that when you kiss me, you make me feel 10 foot tall. And baby, when you love me, it's sunny, sunny baby. It's sunny, sunny baby. And sunny, sunny baby. Yeah. But sunny, sunny baby,
Yeah, dude.
you know that when you kiss me, you make me feel 10 foot tall. And baby, when you love me, you make me feel 10 foot tall. And it's sunny, sunny baby, and sunny, sunny baby.
Yeah. Sunny
Tied in
baby.
there.
It's your Star Trek moment.
There it is. The Kooks live on
Get this
XPN.
man a theremin.